Look at that look. I mean, what do you see there? I see no fear. I see that like he's looking right through Canelo's soul, like just looking right through him, right past him. That look. I mean, someone called it, he had a dead expression, indifferent, right? When the person in front of you means nothing one way or the other. I mean that's just a look that I would not want to see on my opponent's face right there. But look, today I want to kind of review the weigh-in today. I got a lot out of it, and I like to wait until the weigh-in to make my final prediction video, and that's what I did. But also, you guys need to go over to Counter Punch Boxing Facebook group. We have a like page. A lot of people are going to the like page, which, thank you. I appreciate it. Hit all the like buttons and all that good stuff. But in the group is where, we talk about the fight. We break it down. We have up. I mean, look, if there's any breaking boxing news, it's in the group before it's on my YouTube channel. And also, most likely, we'll have the fight on there. We always have, like, someone that'll share a link. They'll go live on Facebook or whatever and just basically, point their phone to the TV. And it looks good, though. If you guys can't afford the fight, now I would definitely encourage you to buy it. But look, I understand there's people out there right now who can't afford to shell out $70-80. There's people who don't have cable. I get it. So if you're one of those people, come over to the group and we'll have a link. We always do. We always have the pay-per-view fights over there. So go check it out over there. Like I said, I'm gonna buy the fight. I might even go live for a little bit. Maybe I'll show like round 1, round 2. I'll go live because I'll be, well, I'm not quite sure where I'm going to watch yet, but wherever I'm at, I'll definitely go live on Facebook. So, at least you guys can watch a little bit of it. But anyway, let's get into the actual review of the weigh-in. I'm going to show the video, okay? I'm showing you guys a couple of pictures right now. And look at the midsection. That's what I wanted to see. And look, there's still people out there talking about that Gennady Golovkin looks soft. I'm like, what? He looks good. Like, what the hell? I don't know. I mean, am I missing something? I mean, look at this. He looks really good. Now, Canelo, on the other hand, he's got, let me see, I got a picture of Canelo. Yeah, he's a little more cut. He's got the abs, you can see the abs going right there, in comparison, right? So, but here's the thing. I think, like I mentioned in my prediction video, I think they built Canelo as, maybe a 6-round, a 7-round fighter. Like, he's not built to go 12 hard pressured rounds with Gennady Golovkin, so. But we'll see. Let me get to the video real quick of the actual weigh-in, and we'll kind of give it a quick review. All right, look, no notes in front of me tonight. Actually, it's 10:33 here in Houston, Texas, so I'm excited. So what we're about? Actually, we're about 24 hours away from the fight because it'll be tomorrow at like 9 p.m. I believe around 9 o'clock is when the main event will go down. Here, let's move forward and get to the, yeah, here comes Gennady Golovkin. And, I was waiting, waiting to see what he looked like, and he looked good. I mean, first impression is everything, and I even went back and looked at, like, the Daniel Jacobs and the Kell Brook and everything, and, he looked pretty much the same. So I don't think he got old overnight. I mean, we really won't know until he gets in the ring, but I don't think so. I mean, you can't be in that type of condition right there and get old overnight, so and he's at 160 right there. So he'll put on like another 10 pounds for the fight, maybe a little more. I could see him putting on maybe like 12, 13 pounds. So we'll see. I know it's not the greatest video. It's kind of jumpy. It'll freeze up, but you guys get the idea. But yeah, when I went back. Go back to Jacobs, okay? And here's something you guys really need to keep an eye out for in the fight, okay? If you look at the activity rate, Jacobs Golovkin and then Canelo Chavez, both guys threw a total of about 600 punches, okay? Now, Canelo landing 228, Gennady Golovkin landing 231. So, but what does that tell you, though? I mean, they had the same output, but look at the opposition. Look at the opponent. Look at the opposition. The same output our Gennady Golovkin had the same output as Canelo against just a live opponent. So to me, hey, look, that tells a big story. That tells a big tell right there. If I mean, basically, Gennady Golovkin had the same success against a guy that was in there as a cruiserweight, the #2 middleweight in the world, as Canelo did with a blown up or drained down, or sorry, drained down, not blown up, but a drained down Chavez. So, now, in the upcoming fight, you want to see about, and you can kind of count, you want to see at least 40 punches thrown by Gennady Golovkin per round, because right now he has the highest work rate in the middleweight division. So you want to see, which technically is about 47 or 48 punches per round. So you want to make sure that he at least has that type of activity rate. To know that he's doing well. You know what I mean? And then, of course, you can kind of quickly count up the power shots. And, basically the way CompuBox does it is anything other than a jab is counted as a power shot or a power punch. So, look, immediately getting in the fluids there on the right, Gennady Golovkin, and they're about to face off. And again, I'll pause it, but I noticed the size difference. I mean, just Golovkin looks a lot bigger. And those pictures that Canelo put out where he looked like a lumberjack, like this big blown up, lumberjack, a lot of that is water weight, because right now these guys, they're stripped down to who they truly are, to their real, to who they naturally are. And in my mind, Golovkin, he looks leaner. He's got, more muscle, just trim, his tendons, the veins, the good circulation, like everything is there. But I expect to see Canelo blown up and kind of puffy looking tomorrow. There we go. I don't know why it's like freezing up like that. And also I noticed Oscar De La Hoya, he was looking at Golovkin, right? And like when he first came out, he was like, "Oh shit!" He had this look on his face like, "Well, didn't expect that." He was like looking at his abs and all that. So. And looking at the body right there, you can tell Golovkin's got the longer arms, and he's not even like standing up straight. He's kind of hunched over. So, I think he'll fight tall. Why does Canelo always do that crap, that hook jab, or that jab, uppercut, uppercut? Every single weigh-in, he does that. Let me go back. But yeah, I'll try to pause it. So yeah, like I said, I think Golovkin's looking good now. Like I said, there's people out there talking about he's looking soft. I mean, I don't see it. I think this is how Golovkin always looks. He's never had that just like great ab section like a Timothy Bradley or a Kell Brook. Where it looks just like chiseled. This is like the body type that Golovkin has always had. So I don't see any problem with it. I mean, I don't. Do you guys? Like I said, I don't see any problem whatsoever with it. So, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm biased. I don't know. But look at the last three opponents: Chavez, Smith, Khan. Okay, Chavez drained, Smith outclassed. That was just, a ridiculous fight. Wade, Dominic Wade, or I'm sorry, Khan. Wow, where am I going? I'm watching the video. Amir Khan pulled up, 3 fights at welterweight. Basically 140-pound, a light welterweight guy. Jacobs, Brooke, Wade. I mean, I didn't like the Wade fight. That was a mandatory and, basically a keep busy fight. But what was he doing? I mean, Gennady Golovkin was basically on standby waiting for Canelo, okay? So you can't really fault him for that. And another thing I want to point out, usually the media perception, they get it right. And right now, the majority of the media is picking Gennady Golovkin. Canelo is officially the underdog in Vegas and everywhere. Both guys getting about 15 million is the purse right now. So Golovkin getting 15 million, Canelo 15, 20, somewhere around there. But that's not counting the pay-per-view. So, I think these guys are going to walk away with probably 30, 40 million, somewhere, I don't know, it just depends. But on how well the pay-per-view does, and I think it's going to do great. I think it'll at least hit 2 million, at least. I think it's going to hit around 1.7, 1.8, is my guesstimation, and I do think the Mayweather-McGregor fight, took a lot of money out of this fight, because people aren't, so willing to shell out that kind of money, back to back, because that was like, what, 3 weeks ago. So, but here, let's get up to Canelo, and then I'll cut it off. But, I'm just kind of babbling, just basically off the top of my head. Where's Canelo at? Oh, he's over there. Maybe he was up already. Let me go back. Why does he do that? I don't like that. You know, I do not like that punch. And there was some kind of confusion in the beginning because Michael Buffer like was announcing Gennady Golovkin, and they came over and they're like, "Oh no, Canelo's up first," or something like that. So there was some kind of confusion, but I don't think it was Buffer. I think it was wait, there's Canelo right there. Let me go back a little bit. Yeah, I think they gave him the wrong information. You know, he kind of had a what's his name, a Steve Harvey moment, you know, where like where he's reading the wrong information on the card, or they you know, they wrote it down wrong. But all right, let's check it out. Let's check it out. I mean, look, he looks good. I mean, I'd be a fool to say that he doesn't. I'd be a, you know, a complete fool. But you know, but this is what they're working with. This is like the raw body right here. This is the, you know, the true form. Everything else, you got to remember, everything else is water. Okay, is simply water. But and not only that, you know, Canelo being 5'9", you know, you stretch him out to 5'11", 5'10 and a half like Gennady Golovkin, and he's going to look a lot, you know, more lean and thin and kind of skinny, really. You know, so I think that the fact that he is 5'9", he appears to be stronger and has a little bit more bulk on him because he's just so short for the middleweight division. I mean, 5'9" is short for the middleweight division. And I'd be interested, I forget how tall, what's his name is, David Lemieux, but Canelo reminds me of David Lemieux in the middleweight division. Also, David Lemieux being a Golden Boy or a Golden Boy Promotions fighter, I kind of see a David Lemieux rematch with Gennady Golovkin, or maybe a Lemieux Canelo. Now, look, let me end it here. I can't believe I forgot to talk about this. Okay. You know what? No. You know, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna make one more video, and basically, it's going to be what if Canelo wins. And the belts are important. You got 3 belts on the line right now, and the WBC and the WBO will not be on the line. So, yeah, I'll bring that up in another video. But you know, I keep talking to you guys about Canelo having the rematch clause, and I think I've got it figured out. I do. I really expect. And then you got to keep in mind we got Billy Joe Saunders and Willie Monroe Jr. coming up tomorrow night also for the WBO. So it all ties together, and I'll tell you what I think in my next video. So what do you guys think? I mean, what do you see here? I mean, it's pretty obvious, but what am I missing? What do you see? What do you think? Who do you got? Leave it below.